Hi everybody, I'm in the luxurious Hampton Inn in Princeton, Indiana. I thought I'd shoot a quick intro to the video. I'm not going to upload part 3 of switching. I really didn't do a very good job on it. I didn't have a good camera angle. I really wasn't paying that much attention to it. Trying to get it done before I came to Indiana. So I just didn't really think it was worthwhile showing you. So I just went ahead and deleted it, and I can't refilm it now because I've already torn the train down and built the new train in JMRI waiting for me to run when I get home. So I'm sorry, you're just not going to get to see part 3. But trust me, everything went flawlessly as it usually does. So I do want to talk about last night. I got on the computer and I went into YouTube and I made playlists. So I have 4 playlists. I have an N-scale playlist, I have an Oak Hill playlist, which is N-scale. It's building my Oak Hill module, basically, how I built it on the door and built the lighting valence, all that. How I laid the track, how I soldered the feeders, how I wired it, because you've seen Oak Hill, it's not very far along. Now I've got a G-scale playlist, and I have a real train, what I call real trains playlist. So those are videos of trains I've seen, and then the abandoned railroad things I've filmed, things like that. Of course, in some of my videos I mix stuff. So I tried to put it, whatever the main content was, I would put it in that playlist. But in the future, I'm not going to mix. I'm just going to go ahead and do all N-scale or all Oak Hill, or you know, of course now I'm making that module for the bridge, but I'll just put that in the N-scale. So anyhow, if you want to go back, if you're a new subscriber and you want to go back and see, you know, you're only interested in N-scale, you can look at the playlists. Another thing I want to talk about was a couple questions came up. My wiring is called Easy Line. I think it's from BerkshireJunction.com. They make it, and it's made for model railroads and shipbuilding. You can just take your hand and just push it down to the ground. It won't break. It's really, really flexible. I have broken a couple of them. Generally, you just pull them loose. You don't really break them. The biggest problem is it's between me and the tracks. And so sometimes, especially if I'm trying to put a car on the track, I'll get the trucks hung up in the wire, and man, that's a disaster because that can get all tangled up, and that takes a while to get out. But if you just bump them, you're not going to break anything. Hindsight being 2020, if I had to do over again, I would put the wires on the other side of the tracks. Of course, that would block wherever switching and ITD Grinnell and all that, but it wouldn't block the main lines anyhow. But I went for realism over, or I guess authenticity over convenience, because where I put them were when they actually were in Chillicothe on that side of the tracks. So I'm going to load the video. I shot 3 trains last night when I got into Princeton. I'll go ahead and load those up. And then I went down to Evansville today to look for some bricks. And they've got a science museum there. It's just got a little 060 switcher and a caboose and a passenger car sitting outside. I didn't go in it or anything. But, you know, I shot a few seconds of video of that, so I'll stick on those on there too. Don't have any other updates, haven't done anything. It's only Monday night. Weather's nice today and tomorrow, so I should be able to get out and do something tomorrow, do some stuff. But Wednesday and Thursday is supposed to rain, so I'll probably be in here working on hobby stuff. So I hope everybody, you know, stays safe, and, you know, I will let you know what I'm doing in a couple days. I just arrived in Princeton. It's around 5 o'clock Central Time here, and there's this unit coal train that just got loaded on the loop here. I think they call it Gibson County Coal. That big conveyor is where it runs underneath the highway over to the coal mine a couple miles away. Also, if I look over around this way, this is the CSX main line, and that's a train sitting there. That's not usually a siding. They've got the road blocked, so I'm going to head back into town the other way down to the depot and see if they're waiting on a Norfolk Southern train, and maybe I'll get the chance to see 2 trains. Okay, I made it to the Princeton Depot. I'm looking south toward Evansville, and definitely a train coming. There's a lot of grade crossings. It's an NS train, so he's moving slow. They started up out of the yard. They always come slow through here because it's a crew change point in Princeton. CSX trains can fly. Grade crossing in town. He won't blow for another one until he gets out into the county. Undoubtedly, this is full of new Toyotas. This train is headed west towards St. Louis. I'll show you the whole train. I'll show you some of the interesting cars. Well, I left the depot and I drove south. I got on the other side of the track so I wouldn't be looking into the sun. They released the CSX train. Since he was stopped for the Norfolk Southern train, he'll be coming kind of slow. I think it's all auto racks. So we'll should be able to get a good shot of him from here. fancy rental car this time. I have a Hyundai Elantra, something like that. It's a nice little car though. It's good gas mileage. Still, I'd rather you buy a Toyota. And I believe these cars are pretty loaded. If you look at the springs. Well, I was definitely wrong about this being an all-auto rack train. This just be the cars at the end. It's a lot longer train than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think there was that much space when I was filming out there by the coal mine. The curve to where he was at. It's a lot longer train than I thought. I guess as soon as that other train cleared, this one was waiting. So I had left. I was driving over to see what was in the southern yard, and all of a sudden I saw the crossing light flashing. This is a real hot spot, Princeton, Indiana. You can see the abandoned track right in front of me. That's the Norfolk Southern office here in Princeton. So again, this is a crew change point. So I assume that switcher must just be for the local switching around here, and the yard is on further down there, and these buildings right in front of me are the old Southern Railway car shops. There used to be a roundhouse here, turntable, all that. Car shops are now thankfully not torn down. There's another industry has moved in them, so they're being used for something. At least part of them are. I'd show you that since I'm in the neighborhood, hanging out for my pizza to be ready, and maybe I'll see another train, who knows. At the museum, Science Museum in Evansville, Indiana, down by the Riverwalk. It's got some cool stuff. I'll walk down and get a picture of that steam engine. Just on the other side of that levee is the Ohio River. Alright, here's the steam engine. It's a little 060, and they've got an L&M passenger car there. This isn't really a depot. I think it's part of the museum behind it. Very nice. It's undercover. Should last a while.